Okay, I think the green bars are back now. So, let me go over to the tab and try to figure out if... yeah, I guess I am back, because the thing started playing up again, so... So yeah, apparently Twitch momentarily dying on me for a few minutes is gonna be a constant thing now. Because I don't think it's not happened during the past, like, several streams that I've done. Not a single one of them, so... Just it's something else to look forward to, but anyway, now that I returned, let me see. If I can get back on track here. I got the hexagonal crank from that one room, which means we can now do stuff here in the caves that we could not do before. What a concept, okay. And it marks one item here as not obtained yet, but that's the power source thingy, because not really much of a point in carrying it around right now, because it's incomplete. Let me see if I can, oh boy. Hit these fuckers with the acid spray, and apparently it instantly killed both of them. Okay, so the acid rounds are very, very good against hunters. Apparently I should be using those. Also, probably be doing something else that I completely forgot about before. There's a large boulder that blocks the way. There are bloodstains underneath the boulder, so are you ready for a very, very good scene here? Guess I don't know if I am, but apparently the game does not know either. Okay. The boulder blocks the way. There are also big bloodstains underneath the boulder. And I thought that, you know, as you can see we're... Okay, you know, this is the end of the map, I guess. The end of the room in the map. So we're gonna leave that boulder be. It clearly could not represent anything. Anything, you know, that could spring to mind when you see a big boulder at the top of a slope like that. No, not at all. Okay. But anyway, now that we have the hexagonal crank, we can use it in this hexagonal hole to rotate the entire wall of the cave, as you see. And, there you go. I guess we have enough, it has enough torque to where we can do that without any problems. That's how you know it's a good crank. Alright. I'll go ahead and leave this herb in the item box, because, like always, I am very... Well, I am mildly paranoid that I'm going to be needing the inventory space at some point soon. So here we go. To the newly unlocked place that we opened up, and there's something on the wall that we can hang something from. I don't know if we use that with Jill at all, or if we use that with Chris only. But looks like we're at a dead end. Albeit a dead end that has some items inside. I wonder what that could be about. There's only gonna be one way to explore. You already know it's another boulder. This boulder is a huge boulder that blocks the way, so... Oh well, I guess we're not getting through there. Oh my god, I could have seen this coming. So yeah, that will absolutely insta-kill you if you don't get out of the way quickly enough. And I thought that was gonna happen a lot sooner, which is why I saved. You know, before I did all the other stuff. But hey, now that we've had the boulder rolling, we can now access some new hidden places, like a wall that I apparently broke through. And if we check behind where the boulder was, I'm pretty sure we find different stuff, such as more shotgun ammo. And I'm pretty sure one of the 3 mode discs was here, behind one of the boulders in the PS1 version, but we just get shotgun ammo now instead. Which is the only thing we find there, so there you go. Through the door we go. The door that really doesn't look like would be locked at all. Oh shit. This might have been a bad idea, actually. Or not necessarily like a bad idea, but rather a bad idea precisely right now, because there's something that I was saving specifically for this, so... I know we got big old spider bosses, you see. I'm going to remove myself from this room, because... there is something like that I said just a moment ago. Well, I've been cautioned now, so let's use another one of these. That are saved up specifically for when I got to this point. I just didn't know that it would be this soon. Right after the big rock, the first big rock. Oh, there is one specific way that you deal with that. You know how spiders are very hairy and creepy? Well, do you know how you can do away with stuff that is very hairy like that? Fire is generally a good option. And I think I'm gonna leave. I guess I'm gonna take another healing little redder mix. Just to be safe. So let's go say hi to our spider friend again with our incendiary rounds from the grenade launcher. Spider, by the way, is I guess the biggest spider enemy in the game. It's a boss after all. It's called the Black Tiger. And it's dead now. And you don't have to kill it even, you just have to get through this room, but you also have a survival dive, so might as well use that. And the way you get through this room is by going through this door over here, but there's a huge spider web that blocks the door, so you can either use a knife to cut through these webs, which is why they put in another knife here. Or you can shoot another explosive round, or incendiary round at it. So, you know, that's something else. I'm pretty sure the Black Tiger takes more ammo to kill normally, but if you shoot 2 incendiary rounds at it, that's all it ever takes. It just dies instantly. So we don't need another knife, because, you know, the knife is pretty much useless at this point, so I will leave that way up here. I will also leave the incendiary rounds in the box, because I don't think we need them for anything else right now. Like for anything ever again, pretty much. Leave them here. And now I will carry on. Is that all that was in the big old spider room? Yes, it was, I guess. Let's just keep going. See what lies beyond. There's probably gonna be another, like, save room at some point, and I'm just being overly cautious going back to the other one constantly. Apparently there's a dead end in this direction, even though I'm pretty sure that there wasn't before. Map of the Courtyard B1. I'm actually really surprised too that I didn't get poisoned by the Black Tiger, because I'm pretty sure it can do that, but there's some blue herbs in this hallway. Might as well remember that. In case I get poisoned for a bullshit reason, which, you know, is not unthinkable. Also, I still have both cranks in my inventory, because I thought I was going to need them, but maybe not. I'm sure you used the hex crank and the square crank at least once in the caves in PS1 version, but maybe they changed that for this one, I don't know. I should know, because I already played through this game once, but I really don't remember. What do we got here? Oh boy, do we get another, look out for the shit that's coming to kill you hallway. Oh no, here we go, it's another crank place, and this one has a hexagonal hole, alright. Hexagonal hole, here we go. I think actually there's, yeah, hang on. Oh, shit, wrong thing. If you face this, there's a thing off to the left of where you are, so you can rotate this like 1/4 at a time. So you pretty much keep rotating it until it is a path that, or it creates a path that allows you to access that as well. And I think you need to, because I think that's actually the only way to escape from what you just, what triggers immediately after you do that, I guess. I thought I was gonna have to approach that boulder like the other one, but guess not. Just triggers immediately after you create the correct path. Is there something on the ground here? I don't think so, but it kind of looks like there might be. There might have been, but it's not shiny either, so maybe I've still got System Shock 2 in the mind, where the cyber modules are very, very tiny and not really bright or anything. But you do want to grab them whenever they appear. So what's in this first aid box? It's another first aid spray. So how many first aid spray can I collect without ever using one? Guess I'm gonna find out in this playthrough, because I'm pretty confident at this point that I'm pretty much never gonna have to use a first aid spray. Have enough healing through alternative means. And we're at the end of the line, it seems. We're gonna have to solve a puzzle in here to... I think this puzzle is pretty much the same too in like the PS1 versions and this one. Oh, there's a square hole, is it? No, it's hex. Okay, so you don't need the square crank for anything. I just brought it because I felt like it, I guess. Just kind of wanted another space in my inventory that I couldn't use. So let's examine this. The other statue smiles silently back at you. So I'm pretty sure we need to... And this thing we can push it around, but we need to put it in that recess, and that's behind us right now, but we need to rotate it first. And the way we do that, I'm pretty sure... Oh wait. I think we need to put it in front of this thing, and once it's there, and we use the hex crank here. And that pushes out that part of the wall, which makes us able to push it away from said wall. And if I'm not wrong, this thing right in the middle of the floor here, circular thing, whenever you get on it, then it rotates 90 degrees, so you know, just extrapolate that to this thing being on it, and it's pretty easy to figure this out. I need to push it under again though, so push it off and then push it right back on. I suppose. Now I'm trying to run around it. Not run around it, Jill, don't face it. Jill, please. There. There we go. And now all we gotta do is try and figure out where the fuck I am. There. And now we push it up against the wall, but before we do that, because I'm being paranoid, let's push it slightly off to the side where it needs to be. Line it up with a hole, and now we push it in. I wonder if it's aligned properly now. Yes, not entirely, okay. How about now, or is that too far? Oh, there we go. And for our efforts, we receive the cylinder here, which is the next part of the thing we need to clear the mysteries of the caves. So let's go all the way back to the entrance of the caves again. That's weird. I thought there was another save room, like somewhere around here. Maybe I'm thinking of the PS1 version. not have a gun equipped here, I guess, not because I forgot to equip another gun after I had equipped a knife so I could cut the web on the wall. Oh well. And here we are back here. I don't think we're gonna need the cranks anymore, so I'm gonna leave both of those in the thing. Leave them up here somewhere, probably all the way up here. I have 2 survival knives now. I think they're exactly the same too. Yep. Let's leave the FA spray somewhere down here. How many do I have? Let me see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 down there. Are there any up here? No, there are not. Okay. So there we are. I don't think we're gonna need any weapons for this next part actually, but of course I'm gonna bring the good old shotgun with me just in case. I think there's a very, very vague possibility that we might actually need at least 1 weapon. For one purpose I have in mind. We need to go to the elevator place, it's this way. And now that we have the other cylinder part, we can actually take this thing and combine it with the other half of it. And examine it, because we need to rotate it so that it's the correct orientation. Well, we can only rotate it counterclockwise, I think, which kind of sucks, because I think it would have been easier to, you know, align the symbols if we had done it the other way. I don't even know if I need to turn it, but it makes it, like, completely obvious what the numbers we need are, whereas it was only half obvious before, I guess. So it's 4, 2, 3, 1. So let's put the complete thing in there. One. And now the power has been restored on these chains, which I'm sure they start off as models and they turn into sprites after some point. Because chains seem to be doing a lot of that these days. They allow the elevator to rise up and allow us to get on. So I'm pretty sure we got a few scenes coming up here that weren't in the PS1 version, so I'm kind of wondering.
Jill!
What? Barry?
Oh, Jill, what good timing. A moment ago I heard someone's voice coming from this hole. Let's go together since we can't see very well.
Okay, let's go.
Alright, we're going together with Barry. I'm wondering how the voice mixing is gonna work.
Whoa, what the hell? It may be dangerous. Jill, let's search separately. I'm gonna cover you. Let's hurry.
Okay.
So yeah, we're gonna meet an old friend down in these depths of the caves, I guess. The courtyard B2, which we don't have a map for yet, but before I start my own search, I see I gotta cover as much ground in this part of the room as I can, I guess.
Jill, be careful.
Okay, thanks, Barry. Everything should be okay as long as Barry is watching the elevator. Yep, it should. Barry, our best friend. Barry Burton, what a guy. I mean, he's saved our asses a bunch of times, so that's actually a legitimate equip there. So let's go up the... no, let's go down the ladder here. I know which direction is which. Some old supplies are labeled waste materials. And here is a garbage compactor. There's a switch. We can compact some garbage in here, if we are so inclined. But we don't have a lot of use for that right now, and there's nothing else over there quite yet. So now what we will do right now is go over and head through this door. It's over on this side. And see exactly what's waiting for us over here. Here in this semi-labyrinthine net of caves, and oh, did you hear that? It sounded a little bit distressing, so we're gonna go check it out again. Check out exactly what's going on over in the room that we just left.
Perry?
Oh boy, and now we're left all alone down here. There's no way back. Top 10 anime betrayals right here. So now we're the only way for us now. It's gonna be to press onward here and see exactly what we find. Apparently the answer is more moaning noises, and we can also see what's making them. It's our old friend from the cabin in the woods a while ago. So she's here to keep us company at least. She hits really hard too, from what I remember, so I don't want to mess with her so much. Too much. Oh boy, another red herb mix I can get. I will totally get that. Because we can use as many of these as we can find. Oh boy, here she comes. So, however, this pretty much means we can explore this door that was had a path that she was kind of blocking before. I think, shit, hang on. How do we get out of here now? Oh, here we go. She almost trapped me there. That would have been bad. But now this is, as you can see, this is pretty much a circuit, this whole area, so... And there's a lever on the wall here, but before I start messing with that, let me see what's over here, because apparently there's a door here. And we can, in fact, go through it. Alright. And there's nothing else here, apparently. Even though there should be. Do we need an item, I think, too? Oh wait, no, here we go. There's a box. Box we can push, and a box that I guess we will use to... or that we will push onto this elevator over here. That's barely even visible. There we are. And what's can we examine the control switch thingy over here, or is that not gonna happen? Device for transporting materials. Let's start it up. There we go. Okay, now that that's done, we can... well, that's all well and good, but I guess we couldn't ride that along as an escape for ourselves, which kind of sucks. So is that... no, apparently there's something else in this room, but... there's something... there might be an item somewhere in this room that we have yet to discover. Maybe. Just gonna mash X box, aka so I can examine everything in sight. Maybe that way I will find it. What about behind this thing? You know, sometimes they are tricky and put stuff like completely out of sight like that, but I don't see anything, so I really don't know what they expect me to find here. Oh, there's something up there. Hang on, can we climb on these boxes? Yeah, I just barely noticed that. I'm pretty sure I never found that before. Oh, holy shit, it's a bunch of stuff. Magnum rounds. Yes, handgun rounds. Those, not so much, yes, but still, yes. And battery pack. I never actually found this before. Did not know that this existed. But hey, anything that gives us more magnum rounds is definitely a good thing. Well, now we need to go back into this place where we can say hi to our friend. Oh, there she is. Unfortunately, I don't think she's, the way she's chasing us right now is very beneficial to the path, or corresponds to the path we need to follow to. Well, maybe it is, hang on, let me try and pull the lever here, I think that's what I gotta do. Pull it, switch, make something there. Protrude. And it's over here, so... Hello. Some kind of mechanical hook. The door will unlock if we put something special on it, like, I don't know. Can't put the shotgun on it, can we? No. It would say use if that were the case. Shit, so there might be something that I'm missing from... Oh wait, no, I think I know what it is. Well, that's right, I forgot, damn it. We don't do this yet, actually. The thing we need to open the box is, in fact, in the same area. But it was, like, on the other... not this way. The other side that we got cut off from by Barry, the arbitrary trader. But no, it is over here, somewhere here. So let me leave some of this stuff in the item box. Magnum rounds, I will be using those sooner than later. We have a total of 18 right now if you count the ones that are loaded into the Magnum. Handgun magazine, I really don't know if I'm ever gonna get around to using these, to be quite frank. Let's get an extra better mix. I guess I'm gonna put the here. I'm gonna put the other FE spray all the way down here. Banish it to the corner of stuff that'll probably never get used. And here is the box that we brought along from that thing. And the elevator. Just a little bit ago. Well, it's more, less of an elevator and more of a, I don't know, pulley gondola thing. So now that we have this over here, we push it over to its final fate in the trash compactor. Much like we did with those boxes over in the aqua ring. And there it goes. And what do you know, there was something inside that somehow did not get crushed when the box did get crushed. It is a broken flamethrower. Now I'm pretty sure that if you play as Chris the way you would do this puzzle is you would not find, well, you would find not a broken flamethrower, but a working flamethrower. But the thing about that is, flamethrower kinda sucks as a weapon and you can never find any extra ammo for it, so... And you can't take it out of this area either. That's why there was another thing with the hooks. In another room in the caves. That is the purpose that it serves. Where's Lisa? Well, excuse me, where's that thing now? I have just said a spoiler there. Where is the lady? with the chains. She's coming over from the left, I'm pretty sure. And before I take a step, yeah, there she is. I was gonna say before I take a step, and she's on the right side, and I walk right into her. But now let's pull the lever and hurry over to the other side. Come on. Actually, it doesn't stay active for very long, so we have to do this quickly. Let's take the broken flamethrower and use it to weigh down the hooks, and now we can open this. So yeah, this is the place where you would have to part with the regular flamethrower. Normally, I'm pretty sure. So what could be over here in the deepest levels of the basement, underneath the garden? Oh boy. Do you see what I see? Big old room with old beat-up dolls and used candles, and more candles are in use right now. Fire has died out, but it shows signs of use, so this place has been lived in for a while. Huge collection of various kinds of dolls, they're all faded and worn. And looks like the candles are kind of making a circle around whatever this is. Desk is cluttered with old beat-up dolls and used candles. Okay, that's what that is. Apparently, or somehow, nothing has caught fire yet. Or I did just say that, right? I did say nothing instead of something. I cannot keep up with the stuff I said 2 seconds ago anymore. Hey, there's water and there's snacks swimming in the water, so let's not deal with that. Let's just wade through as quickly as we can, and hey, we're perfectly dry when we emerge. And what is this here? A jewelry box that we're gonna steal from this place. This looks like a family photo. The mother and daughter seem to be pretty close. Bunch of photographs featuring a young girl depicting various scenes from her upbringing. And a bed, which is still warm, apparently. So what could all of this mean? It's almost like there's a story that they're trying to tell here. And there's some herbs over there. There's another ladder over there. Is there a dead end? Yeah, okay. We'll go this way first then. Herbs, so blue herb and a green herb, I guess. In case you get bitten by the snakes. A couple of weathered old barrels containing what looks like water. We'll take the green herb at any rate. Let me take a look at the jewelry box too. Oh, it's not locked or anything. It does have a stone ring, however. That's actually quite valuable to us. We gotta need that. Family picture and notes. There's something written on the back. 10/1967. Progenitor virus administered. Jessica administered virus type A. Plasmolysing of tissue during cell activation. Virus fusion negative. Action disposed. Lisa administered virus type B. Okay, not the same one as the other one. Plasmolysing of tissue during cell activation. Virus fusion positive but delayed fusion. Body modification. Observed constant results. Lots of piercings and earrings and such. Status continue protective observation. George action terminated November 30, 1967. There's also a journal left by someone. I feel dizzy after that shot they gave me. I don't see Mom. Where did they take her? She promised that we would escape together. Did she escape alone and leave me behind? I found Mom. We ate together. I was very happy. But she was a fake, not my real Mom. Same face but different inside. Have to find Mom. Have to give face back to Mother. I got Mom's face back. Nobody can have my mom except me. I attach her face to me so she doesn't go away, because Mom's sad when I meet her without her face. From inside box, scent of Mommy, maybe true Mother there. Stone box hard, it hurt. Steel rope in the way. Can't see Mother because 4 stones. So yeah. So that lady in chains that's been chasing us around a couple of times is actually Lisa Trevor, the daughter of George Trevor, the architect. who they pretty much kidnapped and used as a guinea pig for the virus that they were using here. So you know, that's a jolly story. And that leads back to this cabin, so this whole place was connected the whole time. So let's leave some stuff that we don't need, like the herbs. The blue herb. And the green herb. And also take out something that we do need, like the metal objects. If you examine this, it has the emblem engraving. It's made from alloy, and it has this thing that might look familiar. We saw it on something else. And if you examine the stone ring, it's octagonal, made from stone, and that's pretty much all we have to say about it. So we combine these two, we create a second stone and metal object that we've seen one of before, as you might recall. But there is a place in the mansion where we need to use two of these. So that's what that will end up being used for. Don't know if we need to carry it around right now, though. I think we're pretty much... well, I guess we will, because I think that's pretty much what we're gonna immediately go and do as we head back. But no, right now we need to head back to the mansion so that we can... access the endgame finally. We're finally getting very close to that route. Also, there was a guy I killed out here a long time ago, and he's back. Okay, I was afraid of that. Did he die, or is he just gonna get back up? Thinking he's gonna get back up, and I'm right. Okay, let's try and escape, because we're never coming back here again. And I'm still very paranoid about ammo conservation, even at this point in the game. Oh boy. This is a really long path. Okay, there we go. We escaped Mr. Very Angry Man. And there's another guy here, though. Let's just try and walk past him. I think there's room for that. Oh, there's several guys here, actually. Hey, friend, are you gonna notice me, or... oh, you are. Okay, you know, that's alright. I have a taser. Right, see ya. So yeah, we managed to escape the caves. And if we ever see that Barry again, I bet we're gonna give him a piece of our mind. Can't believe he left us to die down there. He was such a cool guy before that. And he clearly never did anything suspicious. That we could have called him out more on. And here we go. Let's head right back into the mansion through here. For the last time, pretty much. Crest fits perfectly in the indentation, so here's the second stone and metal object. Never going back out to the garden again, I don't think so. Besides, we need these for a different purpose now. So we will be taking those into our possession. And take a quick, there's nothing on the shelf. Oh, wait. I was trying to go through the door, but then I realized it wasn't even the door that I wanted. It's this one. And we head through, or into this room. I realize that I've pretty much not gone back into a lot of the rooms in the mansion at this point. Do I need anything else? Or the ink ribbons, I guess. I'm actually gonna take them with me, because I'm gonna be using them in the... I'm gonna be saving on the thing, the typewriter that's on the dining room. In the PS1 version, you know, the doorknob has been repaired. Well, thank you, now let me use it. There. The typewriter that's in the dining room in this version was in the main hall in the PS1 version, but Pretty much both of them give you a typewriter that you can use to save pretty much immediately after starting the game, which seems a bit pointless, but hey. Well, it seems a bit pointless in retrospect, but you know, when you're playing these games for the first time, you're probably gonna fail a lot. I know I did for a bunch of them. So it's actually perfectly justified to, you know, be paranoid and save every once in a while. So back in we go, and there's a reason, let's just say, there's a reason we are saving right now. And right here, and that we didn't save back at the save room that's a little further ahead, or further apart from the main hall there. Let's use the ink ribbon to save for the 6th, 7th or 8th time there. See if I can get through this game with only like 10 saves. So what we do now is we head back over here. Actually, there's probably, I think there's another typewriter like behind this door. I probably should have used that one. Oh well. I'll go in back now. There are octagonal indentations, so of course what we do is use the 2 stone and metal objects we have on this door, which finally unlocks it. 2 emblems fit neatly into the door, so let's open that. Yeah, there's a typewriter right over here. Is there an item box? There is also an item box. Son of a bitch. I should have waited. Oh well, whatever. It doesn't make a big difference. So before we head a little further down there, let's take a look at the file that we got back, the family picture and notes, specifically the final part of it. Lisa apparently was looking for her mother because she basically tore off the face of apparently a fake that they sent to meet her and calm her down. And then she says this, from inside box, scent of mommy, maybe true mother there. Stone box hard, it hurt. Steel rope in the way, can't see mother because 4 stones. Oh yeah, that was the last part of the diary that we found, but now we got the completed one, I guess, so this entry actually goes after that part. Daddy attached first, mommy attached second. Or mom attached second. Inside red and slimy, white and hard. Not true, mom where? Then our dad found mom again. When attached mommy, she moved no more, she's screaming. Why, I just want to be with her. Mom where, I miss you, so... Actually not entirely sure what that represents, but the part we need to remember is the part about the 4 stones and the box, because as we head down here we will find out. Things are a little bit different, so this whole area is actually added in. It was not in the... Well, the whole Lisa Travers subplot was not in the PS1 version. So this room was pretty much absent because it has quite a bit to do with that. Is there anything else in here? Apparently yes, okay. Because if we get back here, maybe there's something on the ground that we can pick up, or maybe not. Maybe I'm just doing wishful thinking because I like having items in this game. Well, let's head down the ladder here. Let's not break the flow of what's happening. Guess it's the same room because there's no loading screen, but as we head down here, it's our best friend in the world.
Jill! Look,
Barry!
Jill, I'm sorry. I was really careless.
You're so cruel.
Oh boy. Also, the dialogue for this part was completely absent. As you might imagine from the PS1 version, so you just kind of have to cobble together stuff. It doesn't necessarily have to do with that. But oh boy. Sure seems like...
Jill, let's hurry.
Very good state right now, so I can pick to give the gun back to Barry now, yes or no, but we are under, let's say, extenuating circumstances right now, so we can use some help. Let's say yes, you can have your Magnum back. And sure enough, he goes to cover us immediately, so yeah, it's 4 stones, and if we push them off, can try to dodge the lady there who tries to kill us even now. Let's try and remove as many of these as we can, because that's pretty much what we gotta do here. We gotta push these off. And we gotta hope that Lisa there doesn't take too much of an interest in our Barry friend, because it's perfectly possible for him to die here, which affects the ending even if you give him the gun back. Apparently she finally found her mother there and jumped off into the abyss. So hey, what was that all about?
I'm all right. Don't worry. I think I'll stay and look around more.
Okay.
Okay, we're just gonna accept that. Barry's got this place covered, better just hurry on ahead. Inside the coffin is a skeleton, or not, there's something else. A family picture, the third time we've found this now. It's a letter to my Lisa. Day by day I can feel my consciousness drifting further away. The shots given to me by men in white clothes made some of Mommy's itching go away. Today they gave me another shot, saying it was nutrition. And they give me the shots Mommy apostrophe S can't think straight. But Mommy's shocked and sad because Mommy's unable to think of you all the time. Mommy's afraid of forgetting everything, especially the memories of you and Daddy, what your faces look like, how we used to be together. They're all starting to disappear into somewhere dark in my mind. Oh, Lisa, I wish I could touch your face and hold you in my arms right now so that I can hold on to our wonderful memories of you and Daddy. Lisa, we can't stay here together any longer. We have to escape. Listen to me, Lisa. Our chance to escape is the next time when we go to that lab together. We'll both pretend that we are both unconscious, and when the man in white clothes is off guard, that will be our chance. And we're on the outside. When we're on the outside, let's look for Daddy together, okay? Be strong, Lisa. November 13, 1967, Jessica Trevor. So, with all the dates, we're pretty sure we could, like, place together the sequence of what happened to the Trevors and when Lisa mutated and went crazy, but I don't know. A Jill Alliance. Too bad that that's not something that happened. Also, I guess that was the item that we potentially needed to get in the other room. Oh boy. Also, we're gonna need a couple of the items that are in the box right now to open up the next area. I don't know if we're gonna have access to anything like that here, but I guess not. Okay, so there's a door here. Large iron door, and it won't budge. There's also a fountain here. And there's a couple of things to note on this fountain, namely circular depression with an eagle-shaped emblem carved inside, so just based on that you might already have guessed what we gotta do here, if you remember all the items that we've obtained, so now we have to go back for that now. Guessing that Barry's not gonna be out here anymore. He's just... oh no, yes he is. Never mind. He sure is looking around some more, and not just standing in one place doing nothing. So let's go through this very stable plank bridge, and where's the item box? It's not over here. And get the stuff. We need the wolf medal and the eagle medal, or as they're marked here, medal of wolf and medal of eagle. So now that we have that, let's head down there. We have healing, yes, we do, okay. So now that we have both of these things with us, actually wait a minute, guess I'll have to figure it out. There's a thing that I'm very mildly paranoid about concerning an item that we need, a couple items that we need to acquire. I'm just gonna keep going though, because I think we can still salvage everything. But when I say salvage, I mean I don't think we've messed up yet. There's something that we need to get the best possible ending. And we've already taken care of the one of the pretty much two steps that we need, but we still need to take care of the second step, and we need some items for that. However, I think the items that we need for that we don't have yet are in this final area, so it's a wolf-shaped emblem carved inside. So let's place the medal of the wolf. And then we go to the other side. Place the medal of the eagle. Even though there are lions carved on the fountain. Which, as far as we are aware, are neither wolves nor eagles. And of course that opens up the very sensible secret passageway of the fountain that leads to... oh, the entrance is on the other side. Leads to the final place in the game. After we use the elevator, that is. Well, there's a couple of big doors here, but they're emergency exit and they will not open unless in the event of a first-class emergency, so... Nope, here we are in the laboratory, B1. That's the highest level, so let's descend some more to where I'm pretty sure we will find another save room. Here in the laboratory, where maybe we will finally find some answers as to what the fuck is happening in the game. Because technically we still have no straight-up explanation for where the Sambos and the hunters and all that jazz came from. But potentially we might now. I think it might be a good idea to bring out some of the, however many of the incendiary cells we have left. Might actually be a good idea to bring out the Magnum too. We're gonna need that for some of the enemies in this area. First, let me see if I can clear this this hallway here, because there's some Zambos around, as you see. Let me take care of this guy with the incendiary rounds. There we go. One guy served. Here's another guy. Two guys served. And now I am out of incendiary rounds, so I'll try using the shotgun for this part. You might also notice too that there's another canister of another big old can of fuel back there. Because, the whole Crimson Head thing still applies to these guys. Okay, here's one of the ammo discs. We now have two of them in our possession. We need the third one still, though. And I think that both the second and the third ammo disc are down here, but I'm not like 100% sure. That's what I'm vaguely paranoid about. But I do hope that ends up being the case. Also, since I managed to pretty much knock down and kill and burn those Sambos with the grenade rounds, the incendiary rounds, immediately, that only puzzles me further as to why I wasn't able to do that the first time I tried that back in the mansion. That guy took 2 rounds to take down. Yeah, hang on, I'm gonna take these herbs to the box. And I'm gonna take out the Magnum, because as I said, I'm gonna need that for some of the enemies in this area. And also leave the ammo disc so that it doesn't, you know, take up space. It's probably a sensible choice as well. See, there's plenty of kerosene left. So you can burn the zombies if you want, because they will totally... These are completely still able to turn into crimson heads if you leave them for too long. Green herb, green herb. Should probably just mix those into like 3 green herb mixes. That way I can just have even more full heals on hand. We have 2 ammo discs now. Yes, I'm gonna load the acid shells into the thing. And take out the Magnum too. Not gonna take out the extra Magnum rounds yet though, I don't think, because I'm gonna need some extra inventory space here too. There is one point at which I will need the extra rounds, but not yet. Let's splash in the puddle and head down into the next circle of hell here. There is one final normal non-boss enemy that we have yet to find, and it is the strongest one out of all of them, as far as I'm aware. I am pretty sure that's the case at any rate. Oh boy, first aid stuff. Don't know if I want to grab that yet though. So here's a door we need to open. It's locked. If we can just get those levers on the side to work, it should open. Here are 3 levers for releasing the door lock. If we can just release the locks on the lever itself, which is a thing that exists. And maybe we could see what's on the other side. Which, as I may have mentioned, is an optional thing, but we need that if we're going for the best ending, which I am. So let's take a look in here. Some kind of switch. Press it? No, not yet. First we need these. These x-rays. Do we only pick up 1 or do we pick up more? No, well, we pick up more I think, but we pretty much put them down right here. So we got Alex Bechet, we got Ed Fisher, we got AB and ED, and if you look at the one we have in our inventory, it's Clark David, or CD. Are you noticing a pattern yet? But I think there should be one more, it's right over there. There's an additional x-ray on the wall there and a memo. Something scrolled on the notepad. To use the electronic door, place the initials in alphabetical order. You know, in case you are very bad at pattern recognition, let's spell out how the puzzle works. And of course the 4th one is Gail Holland GH, so now all of them are in place. But that's not all we get here. No, there's a specific way we need to use these. Yes, I know, Gail Holland. No, do not exchange position, it's in the correct place. Here we go, researcher's letter. My dearest Ada. By the time you read this letter, I will no longer be the person you once knew. The results of my test came out today, and as I suspected, it came out positive. I feel like I am teetering on the edge of reason just thinking about my impending doom. I would give anything not to have become one of them. As far as I know, you are not infected. I sincerely hope things do not reach such a desperate pass. But if it has turned out that you are now the last person remaining alive, I want you to get the material from the visual data room. Then activate the self-destruct system in the power room and escape from here. Please do everything in your power to make this whole accident public. If everything is still running normally, you should be able to release all the locks using the security system. I have set up the terminal in the small security room so that you can log into the system using my name and your name as the password. You will need another password to release the lock of the door in the basement level 2, where the visual data room is located. As a safety measure, I have coded that password into an X-ray picture. A Röntgenogram. I think that's how you pronounce that. Röntgen. I know you, and I'm sure you will be able to work it out without any trouble. So the password is coded into an X-ray picture. There's just one more thing, and it is my last request. I hope you will never have to lay eyes on me in this state, but if you do happen to run into me in my hideous form, I beg you to put me out of my misery. I hope you understand. Thank you, Ada. Yours truly, John. John. Ada. Name drop of a character that was introduced in Resident Evil 1, but would not actually become a thing until the second game. So if we turn out the lights, we get a different radiation. Part of it is glowing red, part of it is glowing red. For all of these, and it's a different part on each one, so... If I look at the diagram here that explains which part each one is. Lungs, esophagus, liver, stomach, large intestine, small intestine, and the colon at the bottom. And if we look at each one, we can see that the first one is the colon, so that's a C. Second one is the esophagus, so that's an E. Oh, no, goddammit. There. Third one is the liver, I think, so that's an L. And the fourth one is the lung, so that's an L. So that's C-E-L-L, cell. Turn the light back on in case somebody comes in here and tries to upstage us with, you know, the master of puzzle solving. So now that we know how that works, let us head down here. Oh boy. Where there's a friend waiting for us, and there's also a friend waiting for us here. Oh boy. See if I can run past. Well, no, run past. I'm gonna go ahead and try to shoot him out. Just face off. And fail like usual. Oh well, whatever. Don't know if that killed him or not. I think that did. Also got an additional dagger there. Shelves are lined with large and small containers. Tiny X cling to the sides of the containers. Oh boy. Operating table stands neglected. Could take the time to burn those guys, but I don't know. It's not even worth it anymore. Symbol resembling a power area is carved into the lock. This is locked, and it has the same symbol. So presumably they are electronically locked. This door, however, is not locked. We have to remember the clues that we found in that other room to help unlock these places. Oh hey, it's more magnum ammo. So I should probably, well, it doesn't matter right now, right this instant, but probably take out the rest of the magnum ammo from the item box. At the earliest convenience. Row of LCD monitors, they must... Wait, what? They must once have been used to display something. Okay, I thought that was another, grammar or spelling flub. V-Act, researchers note. There is no evidence that when the host loses consciousness, the body goes into a dormant state. During this time, the virus becomes active and rapidly transforms and reconstructs the basic compositions of the body. The host eventually mutated into a humanoid creature. We call them V-Acts or V-A-C-Ts, I don't know. Its speed and amazing muscular development are particularly noteworthy. After transformation, it becomes more agile and aggressive. Already 4 of our researchers have died from trying to feed it, turning the place into an innocent bloodbath. Ever since this tragic and barbaric accident, we have decided to call its kind Crimson Heads. That dangerous and precious prototype specimen can't be left there. We have to figure out a way to deal with it. Termination is definitely not an option. We finally decided to freeze the specimen and confine the body inside the basement of the backyard cemetery. So that's the guy we killed when we went to get the first stone and metal object from the death mask place. Also, we got Umbrella Computer OS ROPLS Copyright Umbrella Corporation. We can input our login and password. Hang on a minute. What if we fail to do that on purpose? So we can back out of here, I think. Or if it's not gonna let me do that. Oh wait, no. Apparently if we just press A, then... Information management server appears to be broken. Well, I guess escape. I just gotta see if there's anything else in the room before I... Well, here's a bunch of bodies. The cadavers are frozen, wrapped in body bags. There's also something here. Another battery pack for the stun gun. Oh, variety of chemicals you've never seen before. And I guess that's it. Well, apparently there's another item we can get from this room, according to the map, but... Maybe we do that after we do the thing with the computer. So let's actually do that. So, login is John. Password is Ada. Verified. Basement door lock operation, select floor. Let's try the one on the B3F. There we go, all the doors on this level are now unlocked. And B2F, there's just one door. Permission denied, try enter password. What about, Alrighty then. What if you just do a thing on purpose? Oh, that's weird. I thought you were supposed to be able to... See, the password in the original version was not cell, it was mole. That's weird. And apparently you're supposed to be able to get some sound bites from a certain other joke character in the series if you do mole here, but I'm not really hearing it. So let's use the correct password now that the room upstairs is unlocked. So we're pretty much done here. There's also something I liked about the computer in the PS1 version is that you can actually see, like, you actually animate the models of your character's fingers fiddling with the keyboard and typing everything. And it looks really goofy, but that's part of the charm, I think. Still don't know why it says that there's still items in here. I don't see anything. Guess I'm gonna look around a little more. Row of LCD monitors. Found the battery pack down here. Among the variety of chemicals you've never seen before. Can we get in between the cadavers, or... I guess not. Feels like there might be something on the other wall, but I can't get over there. So I don't know. Goodness. Okay, so that place is out, I guess. What about this? It's just a couple of servers, but what about on the table? Is there anything else that I should be able to see, but I can't for some reason? Display images from an electron microscope. Part of a corpse slice on the operating table. What about if I spam the thing over here, the examine button? No, I guess that's not it either, so I'm really confused as to why it doesn't mark me as, you know, all weapons obtained or all items obtained yet. Also, here's a biohazard mark. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. It indicates the presence of biologically hazardous materials. That is what biohazard stands for, you know. So let's head back upstairs. I guess we're gonna take care of this guy also. This guy who... oh boy, that guy turned into a Crimson Head really quickly. I was gonna consider, like, killing him without... Or since I was gonna go back up here, considering actually doing the thing where, you know, I get the fuel canister and the lighter to burn him just for the hell of it, but I don't even know if that's worth it anymore. I mean, I have enough ammo, I'm pretty sure, to deal with everything. Now, acid rounds have 30 shotgun rounds, and I have all the magnum rounds too. And it would be an extra trip, so I don't really think it's worth the trouble at this point. So what do we got here in this room? Oh, it's a final ammo disc. Okay, there we go. So I was right. There are final 2 ammo discs instead of just the final 1, which I'm pretty sure is how it worked in the PS1 version, are here. There's a map of the laboratory. Let's take that. And see what else we can find here. Videos are stored on the shelves. They're all security camera recordings. And security protocols. Level 1, heliport for executive use only. This restriction does not apply in the event of an emergency. Basement level 1. Passage to heliport entry is prohibited unless accompanied by a consultant researcher or the chief of security. Unauthorized persons entering the heliport will be shot on sight. I'm pretty sure they mean sight as in, you know, S-I-G-H-T, like the ability to see somebody. Because shot on sight, S-I-T-E, means they will be shot on location, which seems a bit redundant since considering the context. But elevator, the elevator stops during emergencies. Visual data room, it's where we are right now. For use by the Special Research Division only. All other access to the visual data room must be cleared with Keith Arving, room manager. Basement level 3, Prison Sanitation Division controls the use of the prison. At least 1 consultant researcher, E. Smith, S. Ross, or A. Wesker, must be present if viral use is authorized. A. Wesker, you say. Triple lock door entry into the room is limited to the sole person who deactivates the lock with all of the passcodes. Accessing the exclusive output terminals in each section of the senior researchers deactivates the lock. Power room. In this room, nitro compound is used as a primary fuel source of power. Access is limited to headquarters supervisors. This restriction may not apply to consultant researchers with special authorization. Passcode output terminals use and access of the output terminals is limited to authorized senior researchers. Basement level 4. Regarding the progress of Tyrant after the administration of T-Virus, eligible hereafter. Boy oh boy, also is this more shotgun ammo? Yes it is. I'll be taking that. So, on the deepest, darkest level of this lab, apparently something called Tyrant is stored. Wonder what that could possibly be. Screen for use with a movie projector. Passcode entry terminal. Use it? Yes, actually we need to... Actually no, never mind. I thought it was going to be one of the terminals that we're going to end up having to use the ammo discs, and so let's take this. Why not? Might as well. So, I forget if we can do anything in here right now. Should we get a projector, but the film has been sent to place. View it. Okay, never mind. I thought we needed like an extra thing for this, but let's view the film. Umbrella Bioorganic Weapon Official Report. Let's blaster this company name on this this very dubious piece of information here. MA39 Cerberus, FI03 Neptune, MA121 Hunter, T002 Tyrant, and Bioorganic Weapons Research Group Development Staff. Certainly nobody that I've recognized can be seen in this picture. What you talking about? Also this number, 8341-70623 maybe? It's a bit too long to be passcode though. I think what we need to do actually is like... I think that's how we get the passcode for the thing behind me there, but... Actually wait. Might not have to do that yet, because, you know, we just unlocked the... We just unlocked the doors downstairs that were electronically locked before, so we might have to get something from down there to actually to actually finish the puzzle in the audiovisual room there. Let me leave the final ammo disc here. I have all three of them. We're gonna be needing them very soon, but I don't know exactly how soon, so... And there's another, look at all these healing items. Look. There is another item box and save room that we can find further in. I think we're gonna be making use of that. Next, we have 24 Magnum rounds now. Don't know how many of them we're actually going to need, but hopefully not terribly many. And there's a bunch of other crap up here that we don't need anymore. Yeah, unfortunately the handgun pretty much becomes fucking useless after a certain point. Let me leave it further up here. This is the corner of the stuff that's pretty much useless now. I think just for the hell of it, I'm gonna take the lighter and fuel canteen with me, just in case that guy that I shot down there is still a corpse and has not yet changed into a crimson head. Though I have no idea if I can actually count on that being the case now that I saw the other guy that the same thing happened to became one pretty much immediately after I left. But hey, nothing ventured, right? So now that we have the ammo discs, that's not quite enough just yet. We also need to find the terminals. Okay, no, he's still a corpse. Good. So let's burn this guy. Let's do this even now. Wait for him to get nice, well done, crispy baked, and we don't have to worry about this area anymore, pretty much. So is this door open? This or did I just pass through here? And is there another exit? No, okay, there's only two more. It's locked, okay. This one should be unlocked though. Or not, never mind. What? Okay, okay, never mind. I think there's only one door that we unlocked, and it is neither one of those. It's probably the other door that I found here that I couldn't access before. Not that one. This one over here. Yeah, there we go. I think I know what room this is. Yep, there's a guy here. There's a friend, and he's naked. And I took care of him the way I should have been able to take care of other dudes. And there's also a fucking another thing of incendiary rounds that I wanted, but god damn it, we can't access the thing yet. I thought there was another guy here too, but I guess not. Here's a fax though. Oh boy. The Sanitation Division. Attention, Manager of Sanitation from Raccoon Disaster Contingency Committee. The contents of this fax are confidential and intended for the named addressee only. Any copying or disclosure of the contents of this fax to any third party is strictly forbidden by the sender. So just because I say so, you can't do these things, you know, not by law or anything. Just by the sender. After reading the contents of this fax, it must be destroyed immediately. We expect a significant increase in the damage done by the recent T-virus outbreak than initially estimated. There are several concerns. First concern, more than half of the researchers have been infected by the T-virus and died. It has also been reported that almost all of the survivors of this accident are starting to show symptoms of the T-virus infection. Second concern. Our secret security patrol team has also been completely eradicated. Therefore, our most secret research is in danger of public disclosure. Quick actions are demanded to prevent mass media coverage. Third concern. There's a high possibility that most of these specimens are running loose inside the compound. We expect many casualties to follow. However, yet unfortunately, these casualties underscore the success of our research results. Actions must be taken to prevent our research results from being made public. We suspect the first official intervention will come from the state police and STARS. We strongly recommend taking measures against them first. So there you go. There's also a security system passcode transmission device. If we had an ammo disc, we could transmit the passcode to the system, so this is where we need to use one of them. Shelf is lined with bottles. They contain a powdery substance, some kind of herbal medicine. There's also something behind this sturdy door. We're not gonna mess with that yet though, because that's actually deadly, and we basically don't want to fuck around with it until it's absolutely necessary, but that will happen. Alright, so turns out I need to make another trip back to the item box now because of you know, my folly there of bringing the stuff. I just realized too that I forgot to take whatever is in that medical box on the floor with me, so that it's not just lying there anymore. I don't really care about getting more items at this point, since I already got all the ammo discs. Okay, so what am I gonna leave in the other place? I think I'm gonna leave the magnum ammo too, so that I can have more room to carry stuff around. Because as you might have been able to tell, I'm actually gonna need that. So let's see. Leave this. Leave the lighter and the thing. Gonna leave it up here, because we don't need it for anything anymore, pretty much. We have room for 3 things. That should be enough for immediately, I think. So we head back in here. Let's grab everything. Let's grab the medical box here. First aid box, and inside, insert first aid kit case. I never actually realized that that's what that said. Insert first aid kit case. Got an herb mix of 2 green herbs, so basically nothing we really need. I forgot to bring an ammo disc. I should have brought one. Shit. Oh well. That's alright with me. We'll have another chance to do that. Let's take the incendiary shells and swap those out for the acid shells we have right now. And let's take the other thing that's in here. That's this. The slide filter. I think that's everything. Well, no, it isn't technically, but it already gets marked as everything collected, because we still need to get that thing that's in there, but we won't be doing that yet, as I said. Now I will be saving before that happens. So let's head back upstairs. Because next we need to apply the slide filter to the slideshow machine, as you might have guessed, the projector. So let's go over to the other side of the table and do precisely that. Slide filter, and we get to watch this wonderful slideshow again with the filter now. A39 Cerberus, 503 Neptune, MA121 Hunter, T002 Tyrant, and the research group development staff with nobody suspicious or familiar in there at all. And 8462, that's the number we've been looking for this. 8462. There we go. Which opens up this thing over here. It has... what do we got here? Oh, it's this laboratory key. It has the power symbol, so I guess we used to open the stuff down there. Electrical symbol is imprinted on it. Key for the power area. There you go. And that's not all though, because there's something else we have here. Some sort of image editing equipment. Looks like I can use it to view Cadet's film, so Remember the film we got from the guy that died right at the start of the game? Let's view it now. Whole movie time.
Get away from me! No! Hey! No!
So there you go. You know, film of the year, right there. You can view it again if you want, but I think one time was enough, so there you go. Doesn't even take up space in your inventory either, like, I guess because it's not a vital information or anything. And that's pretty much something that you get right at the beginning of the game, and you can only really get closer on that after, you know, you get far enough to where you can use this thing. So that's a thing. Now you have learned the deep backstory of the first zombie you meet in the game. So now that we've done that, let's go ahead and bring the key down here to these doors that I guess we'll finally be able to open now. Use the key for the power area, and we use the key for the power area here too. There's no further use, let's discard the key. Let's go this way first, because there's something we want that's over here. Okay, also I think we're gonna be using the grenade rounds again, because there's probably a Sambo around the corner. Couple of Sambos by the looks of it. Okay, we'll take care of this guy first. They're both naked. Okay, one of them is down. Two of them are down. And they're not gonna get back up either, because we, you know, burned them to death. That's the correct way to do it. Either that or blowing their head off, but, you know, only one of them is really reliable, let's put it that way. And, oh boy, another. Here's the final save room, pretty much, of the game. I think I'm gonna leave the acid grenades, because I don't think I'm gonna need them for anything else, pretty much. They have two uses in the game. You can use them to fight the Yawn, and you can use them to fight the Hunters. And neither of those will be encountered for the remainder of this, so there you go. Also leave this. Mixed herbs. And grab this, and grab the ink ribbons. We can add up the number of ink ribbons we have to the number of saves we've made to, you know, to figure out how many ink ribbons we can find in the game in this difficulty. So that's something else, depending on the difficulty you find, you can find a greater number of ink ribbons in, not just in the, as far as the, you know, actual item drops in the mansion, but also each... Well, I think so at least, but the thing is, every ink ribbon that you find comes, like, you know, how in normal mode, it comes in bundles of 3s pretty much. I think for every difficulty level that you go down, you get one more ink ribbon per bundle. That's how that works. Let's put this all the way down here. How many first aid sprays? 2, by the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 first aid sprays. That we're not gonna use. I think this is gonna be my first Resident Evil ever cleared without using any first aid sprays. So there's that. Anything else? Let's... No, not that. I don't know if you're actually gonna use self-defense gun for anything. Just take the magnum rounds, fuck it. Not gonna save yet. There is one point at which I am gonna save. That's before the final... the very, very end game, but it's not just yet. First, we're gonna take a look around here. Okay, this door's rusted shut. Pretty sure it wasn't in the PS1 version, but basically what we need to do is restore power to this elevator. And take care of the mysterious self-destruct system so that we can take care of this place and blow it to hell and all the nightmares that it houses as well. Can we go to the power area here? We can. I don't think we want to do that quite yet though. Because you see, the final quote-unquote normal enemy of the game is encountered in... I think those are the only enemies left that are roaming around at this point. And they're pretty much the reason why we bring the Magnum with us. And start using it in this part. So let's go this way first. I think we're gonna run into them here too. So let me... yeah, I think I hear one of them now actually. Let's equip. Hang on. Okay. See, I hear them, I think, but can't see them yet. I'm going to assume that they're gonna be... yeah, I think I know how this is gonna work, so... Not the structure of this room, it's kinda hard to see, but... basically we're kinda boxed in by these shelves and this grate that's here that's kinda restricting us to one corner of the room, but we can push the shelf, okay. Hang on a minute. And we can step onto this area here. I think there's more stuff we can find here actually, like shotgun ammo. And if we kindly climb back onto that thing, there we go. Okay, so that's what happens if we run into that part of the room, but what about this one over here? Can we push this too, or no? This one is static, but what we need to do is actually go through the little vent here to get to the other side, and once we're here, we can find the flies, and also these fuckers. They're called chimeras, they're like human-fly hybrids. And they look absolutely disgusting, you can't really see that one. But here comes another one, so fear not. His blood doesn't look like it came from surgery though. Oh, it comes through the fucking room that I just went out of. And through the fucking vent that I just crawled through too. Wonder if they're disgusted by that. Various precision instruments used in surgery. So let's see here. I don't think there's anything in this room that I'm in right now. I think it still counts it as the room that I was in before I went through the little vent, actually. And this door, I don't think we can ever open it. It's rusted shut and won't budge, but ordinarily it would have led out to the hallway that also leads to the save room. So here's another part of this series of interconnected rooms that I'm pretty sure we haven't, been to yet. Oh yeah, we need the ammo discs. Damn it, I keep forgetting about those. Because here is where the second transmission device is. So we need one for the one that's right next, across the hall from the room with the X-rays. We need one for this room, and there's one more room that we have not yet found. So we might as well start. Well, before we head back, let me see what's further in here. Looks like we can push this too, yeah. Oh, there we go. We need... okay, this actually connects back to the other side of the room, so... there you go. This is also technically an optional thing. So let's go do that now, before we go into the power area. I'm fairly certain the final ammo disc is going to be there too, so... let's go here. Let's grab 2 of the 3 ammo discs from the item box and go use them, now that we know where that is necessary. Let's Jesus Christ, did this thing just get reset back into place and now I can't go through again? God damn it. Well, I'd have to take the long way around again, I guess. At least I'm pretty sure the chimeras won't come back. So here we go. Oh, there's a battery pack too. Didn't even see that. If you had a demo disk, you could transmit the passcode to the system, so let's do precisely that. And now one of the levers over there has been unlocked. Seems to have unlocked something. It's almost as if we are able to preternaturally know what we did. That what we did in this room affected something in a different room. So now let's head back over in that direction actually so that we can use the second ammo disc and have that no longer in our inventory to, you know, for us to concern ourselves about. There we go. And now the first of those is unlocked. We only need the final one. And then we can all live happily ever after. Okay. So let's go grab the final ammo disc out of the box in the final item room, save room, and then venture into the very spooky and dangerous power area, where there will be more chimera friends to deal with. Sure, you could just kill them fairly easily with the shotgun too, which I have plenty of ammo for, but I don't need that much more magnum ammo. I have more than enough for the remainder of the game, which is not a lot. Let's just put it that way right now. There's really not that much left in the game now. And besides, you know, might as well just be not like super efficient, but efficient in the sense of not of conservation but of quickening, of matching up the right ammo type to the right enemy. Also, the chimeras hurt a lot. They hurt more than any other normal enemy, I'm pretty sure. So let's go. He's oh boy, here comes a friend. Did I hit him? I did hit him, but he didn't die. No, he did die. I blew his head off, I think. That's different. Didn't know you could do that with the chimeras. So let's clear this room, because there's another reason why we want to clear this room that isn't just because I feel like it. Even though there is a good reason. Is there something over here? Yep, there he is. I can barely see because I'm right in front of the camera, but it's working out. So, where's this thing? Fuel may explode if shaken or jarred, so... Extremely sensitive. Oh well, I think the game kinda hanged for a few seconds there. I got kinda spooked. Fueling device for the power room. It's not working right now because there's no fuel. There's an empty capsule, however. Let's take the fuel supply capsule. No, oh, okay, that's the guy that's dying. That's already dead, rather. He's just dissolving now. I still hear things. They do not make me happy. And there's one very, very spooky puzzle we're gonna have to solve here that wasn't in the PS1 version either. That involves this capsule and the fuel that is extremely sensitive to shock. You might see where they're going with that. So there's one more guy over here, isn't there? Because I hear the... Yep, there he is. So now that we've dealt with them, we have 19 magnum bullets left. At least we're not expending more than one of those and the chimeras. If it comes to that, where I hit them with a magnum round and they don't immediately die, I'm just gonna finish them off with the shotgun, I think. Yeah, here I am. I can hear more of the... Oh, it's behind me, okay. Should probably just aim straight up, because... or not straight up, but straight ahead. Because I have the feeling that... just kinda instinctively aiming down, because they're shorter than me, so... I feel like I gotta do that, but it's probably just as effective to just aim straight up, or... straight ahead. Not in that case, maybe because he was right next to me, but hey, I don't know. But hey, do you see what I see right in front of me? It is the final security system passcode transmission device. So the final ammo disc can be used here. And now all three of those things are unlocked. And with any luck, well, I am not holding my breath for that. All the chimeras and... nope, there's one more. I don't know where it's gonna come from, but it's gonna show up. Oh, there's a battery here. Like, maybe you can use the defensive items if you get attacked by the chimeras too, but I don't even know if that's... what that would look like. I don't think I've ever had that happen. Oh boy. Nope. Hi, friend. Bye, friend. Oh, there's a second one, too. I'm pretty sure there's a higher volume of chimeras in this version than there ever was in the PS1 version, so there's that to take into consideration. Strangely enough, though, I don't think the health... there's like a big health difference of any kind between easy mode and normal mode from what I've seen. I may have mentioned at some point, this is pretty much my first ever time I'm gonna clear Resident Evil 1 on anything higher than easy. Oh boy. But I gotta tell you that as far as ammo expenditure, it really doesn't feel like... any, you know, it's taking any more or less ammo to kill all the enemies that I've encountered so far. So, well, I only have 12 bullets now. But yeah, there are a lot more chimeras in this version than in the PS1 version. Kind of, But, let's, you know, forget about all that, because we're here in the lab's self-destruct mechanism. So we're not going to pay that any mind, though. We're going to power the main elevator first. It won't initialize, though. It needs some kind of fuel to get started. Oh yeah, so now we gotta do... now that we've cleared this area, which is a very important part of this whole process, we are going to head back, because there's one final piece of the puzzle that we need to finish everything up. And access the final endgame. I think I'm only gonna save one more time, actually. Because I think there's pretty much only one major hazard left in the entire game now, at this point. It can potentially kill us. And even so, we're ready for that, pretty much. So we will return to the save room, we will... Well, actually, before we return to the save room, there's one last thing we gotta do. Okay, it's not this way. Did I just fucking go back into deeper than into this area when I'm trying to get out? I think I might just have done that, yes. So I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing, okay. escape. It's a very scary area with the pipes and the steam. And the horrible fly monsters. And instead, we're gonna go in a circle. Okay, I see what happened before. I'm gonna go in a circle and head right back to the place that we started out in. Okay, let's not do that this time, though. Let me keep going until I hit the wall, then hug the wall. There, that's the door I'm looking for. And now we can finally head back in here, even though I'm not sure if that was even warranted right now. Hang on, because there's one last thing we gotta do. And that's get a cutscene. You know what, fuck it, I'm gonna save now. This is probably gonna be my last save of the game too. Ink ribbon. So, let's see, I have 21 ink ribbons left over, and this is gonna be my 9th save. As you might be able to tell there, I saved 6 less times than I did the first time I played this version on easy mode. I also have a Chris save, but I haven't gotten very far in that. Actually never completed this game with Chris. That's something else that I've never done. Actually, yes I have, actually, that's a lie. I did do that, but I did that a really long time ago, and I was pretty much just save scumming the entire way through and reading a walkthrough, so no, don't press the switch, hang on. It's not gonna work yet either, because we technically haven't powered up the elevator yet, so would be a bit of a moot point. Would it not? Okay. Let's see here. So we head back over here because there's 2 very special objectives we need to carry out. First of all, we need to check out what's behind that door that we unlocked with the ammo discs that we've been gathering over the course of the entire game. It's locked, but all the levers on the sides should be open now. So let's unlock that. Unlock that. And unlock the final one. And now this door is open. And this door, which incidentally leads to the prison area that was at least mentioned in one of the files that we've been gathering. So what could possibly be in here? Here behind this door. It's our old buddy Chris.
Jill?
Oh, Chris, you're alive!
Of course. Damn it, we're in quite a predicament, Jill.
This place is crazy.
I have to open this room. It doesn't work. Chris, I'll be sure to come back and help you soon.
Thanks. I'll be waiting here for you.
Boy oh boy. Okay, so yeah. So yeah, we found our old buddy Chris and we need to rescue him to get the best possible ending, but the door is locked right now, so we're gonna have to come back for him eventually. The door, which, you know, when the door is locked we just say that it doesn't work, because that totally means the same thing. Did I mention that Jill is a complete ditz in the PS1 version of the game? They got better about that. But it's, you know, since I'm using the fucking audio from that version, there's obviously some traces left over, so well, anyway, now we get to have fun messing with this thing. So it's a refueling device. We set the capsule into place because we need to bring some fuel to the power area, and here we go. We got the fuel supply capsule. The main ingredient of this fuel appears to be nitro compound. Is anything like magical nitro? Running, quote unquote, could result in a fatal explosion. So we're not allowed to run while carrying this thing, and we are also not allowed to jump or get hit by the ghosts or the lizard men or the skeletons on the motorcycles. So it, it oddly relates to certain infamous sequence from another game that I may have played in the recent past. But hey, everything in that used to prowl the hallways, let's put it that way, is now gone, so that's not really an issue anymore. See, if you had left some enemies alive, then you would be in trouble right now, but because I'm a pro gamer ball C, that's not even a factor anymore. Oh, wait a minute. Huh, okay. It's weird. Something else that I've noticed too about this game is that when I first played this version, and it was the same one, the PC version, there was it had this functionality that basically let me keep playing with the controller even when the window was unfocused, but I don't know if it's because I changed the aspect ratio so that I could, show the full scope of the renders or what, but that doesn't seem to be the case anymore. Now if I have the window unfocused, I can't actually control anything. Also, hey Red Bear, welcome to the last half hour of the game or so. I need to be very, very careful, by the way, because I'm doing the Castlevania 64 thing where I have explosive fuel in my inventory. So I can't run or get hit by anything, but that's not really a problem because I already killed everything here. Like, I assume that I can also, I can't get hit by anything or I blow up. But I've never actually seen that happen. I just, err on the side of caution there, though. There's no power to the main elevator. Let's start it up. It needs some kind of fuel, but where do we place the fuel? Actually, you know what? I just realized I went right past the point where you need to place the fuel. You don't actually place it here, you place it like 1 or 2 rooms back, so I get to slowly walk all the way back there. Let's see. Was it here? I don't think it was. No, I think it was. There's something else in this room, but it's one of the password terminals. It's not the fuel thing. So now, because, I'm so good at paying attention, I need to now head to the other end of this room, the one that actually has the thing that I need to use the fuel capsule with. Let's see here. Here it is. Fuel supplying device for the power room. It's not working right now because there's no fuel. Let's set the capsule into place. And there we go. We can finally frolic to our heart's content again. And head back to the room with the big old electricity self-destruction device again. And actually, power up the elevator this time. The fact that there was no power to the elevator before we did that kind of makes me question how the scenes that we're gonna get soon are possible, but I feel like that's a small detail to question in the grand scheme of things here. and that will only get worse as we proceed through the rest of this. So I'm going to... we're pretty much done with the game now, I think, as far as... there will only be one thing left that we can do to, you know, finish the game. And that we need to do to finish the game, but we can still potentially die, but I'm going to be daring and not save, and what I'm going to do instead is, I guess bring an extra healing herb mix with me. And have it replace the shotgun ammo that I'm not going to use for anything, probably. I think there's still a few, like, minor enemies that can jump out at you, even after this sequence, but that's just fine, because, you know, at that point you can just ignore them and run past everything. So let's head over to the elevator and drink in some more of the wonderful voice acting from the good old days. I've actually been waiting for this scene. The elevator is working.
Jill! You're here too!
Yes, you're here too? Let's get going.
And I sure do love banter like that. Also, like from Chris's story, "It's me, Chris." Is that you, Rebecca? That's another one of my favorite lines in this. Unfortunately, we're not gonna be able to, or we're gonna be seeing that right now because, you know, it's just a Jill playthrough, but... well, if I were ever to do that, it would be, oh god, Barry, what are you doing? Seems to be having some problems surrounding the corner there. Barry, are you having a seizure? Okay. Let's head in here and meet our destiny. Oh my god, who could have seen this coming?
Wesker,
You did a fine job, Barry.
just as I thought.
I think you should stay away from Barry, Jill. I hear that his wife and 2 daughters will be in danger if he doesn't do everything I tell him to.
You are so cruel.
Well, you don't have to worry about anything. You'll be free from this world very soon.
Why do you have to destroy stars?
That's Umbrella's intention.
So you're a slave of Umbrella now.
You're a brave girl. I think you misunderstand me, Jill. The monsters you mentioned mean nothing. I'm going to burn all of them together with this entire laboratory. Barry, go up on the ground and wait there.
Barry!
Barry's such a fool. He'll be under the control of Umbrella forever.
How come both Umbrella and you can intimidate him?
Umbrella? Well, I intimidated him. But it had nothing to do with Umbrella. I just used him for my personal purposes. Though both you and Barry seem to think I was following orders from Umbrella.
Planning something else?
I'm going to show you the tyrant.
Boy, and now we drink in the glory of HD FMV pre-rendered tyrant.
Really beautiful.
For the sake of an awful creature?
All weak people exist to be eaten.
Well, that was a goat.
Barry!
Sorry, Jill.
How is your family?
I wish I realized it earlier. I thought it must have something to do with Umbrella, you know.
Oh well.
Go to hell. You guys are idiots.
That wit cannot be surpassed ever.
What? Don't come this way! No!
Just gently brush you aside and...
Barry! It can't control what it does.
Two men. So yeah, time to face off against a tyrant here. Here's the other reason why you save up and on Magnum ammo. You need to take care of him in this part. Only need to hit him a few times, but there you go. But, you know, if it takes 5 Magnum rounds to incapacitate him, I can't begin to imagine why or how it would go if I didn't even have that much. So anyway, this is Wesker. He's holding something. Oh, I didn't know this was a thing, actually. I think I pretty much miss this every time. Discovery of the G virus was in fact 21 years after the administration of the primogenitor virus. Prototype parasite which we had delivered from a laboratory in France was administered to the sample specimen. The sample specimen took in the parasite without showing any sign of adverse reaction. Oh boy, so this is pretty much just a giant continuity dump for Resident Evil 2 and 3. The lack of any reaction was an unsolved mystery, but now everything is clear. To me now. Okay. Wesker was not top of his class at reduction. The prototype parasite was incubating in the sample specimen's body for 21 years. Then from that incubating state, the prototype suddenly mutated. Evolved may be a more appropriate word to describe it. This observation gave me more insight in my research. Through further modification and testing, I was able to derive a method to create the G that surpasses the performance of the T. This was the breakthrough that would change the future of the BOW's history. Actually, wait a minute. Yeah, this isn't by Wesker, it's by... I can't wait to see the look on Alexia's annoying face when I finally announce my research, but unfortunately I'll have to wait a few more years to completely verify my findings. William Birkin, so... This is a giant continuity dump of information for Resident Evil 2, 3, and Code Veronica. Games that I don't know if I'll ever play on stream, but let's see. Prototype Parasite, that's a reference to Resident Evil 3. The sample specimen took in the parasite without any reactions, but the parasite was incubating in the sample specimen's body for 21 years. Then it suddenly mutated, or evolved. And apparently that's where the G virus came from, which is better than the T virus, and I can't wait to show that stuck up Alexia. Okay. So yes, that was that's what we find on Wesker's corpse. Which is kind of weird, because I never found that file before. I would have remembered that. So, what about Barry, though? Wasn't he over there, too, or did he suddenly disappear? Oh, there he is.
Barry? Barry? You're alive!
I'm really embarrassed. I was clumsy.
It's over, Barry.
Really? Wesker is a crazy man.
Wesker is a crazy man. That's one way to look at it. And now Wesker has disappeared. Okay, so that's literally your only chance to get that file. The capsules contain a number of creatures too hideous to describe. Who could be capable of creating such monstrosities? Well, I think we know. Also, we're kind of locked in, but we need to come over here to release the electronic lock, and there we go. At least the big neck tyrant is just lying on the floor there, which suggests that he probably won't be getting up anytime soon. So let's get out of here. I guess we're pretty much done. Now that we've discovered the real truth of the situation, we're ready to make our exit, but...
Wesker must have set it off.
Yeah, apparently Wesker escaped at some point, and now we get the self-destruct going on. Just gonna hang out, I guess. There we are. So I have 2 full heals. I hope that's enough. I'm gonna equip the shotgun just in case, because I think we pretty much have a clear escape route now. Now that we've activated the self-destruct system, we can just go over to the doors that were marked as this will only open in case of an emergency. But before we do that, and by the way, you can totally forget about this at this point and mess up the ending if you care about that. Now we need to come over here to the prison area. And head down the stairs here to the little nook where our old friend Chris is being held. And now that we're in the emergency state, we can actually get him out of there. The lock is released. I guess he wasn't able to check that on his own, or else he would have escaped. So here we are.
Jill!
Sorry for keeping you waiting.
So everything is done?
Well, almost, yes. Now let's go.
Almost, yes. Now we need to go through a few more sequences. Very superficial ones before the credits can roll.
Let's go!
Let's go. Now watch as I go on ahead without you. So fun fact about this hallway that I'm going out to right now, by the way. In the PS1 version, you remember how there were a few like normal zombies here in this version? In the PS1 version, there are like 4 naked zombies in that hallway, and even if you kill them, they just respawn forever. So you can just kind of waste ammo by trying to kill them over and over again. But at least in this version, they actually work like, you know, the rest of the zombies in the game. They just stop after you kill them once and burn them or just blow their heads off. But they also turn into crimson heads much faster if you don't do that, I guess. I think I have everything I need, yes. I actually need like 1 free inventory space. So here we go. We got Chris and Barry with us. And the best possible ending is if you save both of them. Oh boy, do I want this? I guess I do. Actually no, I don't. I'm not gonna take the shotgun shells, but yeah, I'm gonna take this. Just out of paranoia, I guess. What's in the first aid box? Insert first aid kit case. Instructions unclear. I inserted a raccoon herb inside.
This is Brad. We're running out of fuel. If there is anyone alive, contact me now, okay? This is
So Brad, the helicopter guy who ran away at the very start of the game, has been trying to radio in periodically, and now apparently this is our last chance to contact him. But so you need to do this, take the fuse unit and put it in here, and the reason why you gotta do that pretty much is to ensure that you have at least 1 free inventory space for this next part. Yeah, sure, why not? I'll leave the shotgun ammo, I don't need it anyway.
3 minutes to detonation.
Oh boy.
Damn it. Jill, you try to contact Brad.
Go first, Jill! Ladies first.
Chris!
Give me a chance to play nice guy.
Okay, see you again at the heliport.
Okay, well, you could see that they kept that that wonderful charismatic exchange. And you get 3 minutes to complete this final sequence. I'm pretty sure that the way it worked before in the PS1 version was to get like 4 minutes, but you get like a few cutscenes of dialogue like the one we just heard, and the clock keeps counting down during those cutscenes, so it's kind of bullshit. But anyway, let's see. We're here at the heliport, and we got a convenient case of signal rockets, so let's use those right now. And instantly teleport to the other end of the helipad. Maybe Mr. Cowardly Helicopter Man will see that. And here come my friends.
Barry?
But apparently we've got one last little detail to deal with. This guy's not dead. And apparently he just conked Chris the fuck out. So now we get to play with him a little more before this is all over, so... And he actually does some fake out attacks during this part. You know, by the way, where he runs after you even though he was walking after Barry before. And he just kind of rushes you and does his giant claw sweep like that, so this is why you bring healing items to this part too, pretty much. I think that's... does not leave you in a pretty state, yep. So we got only 2 shotgun rounds left. Or, not shotgun, magnum rounds. I can't see what the fuck is happening, hang on. There. Never mind. The camera is not your friend during this part, by the way. So I'm out of magnum now, so I guess I'll use the shotgun. I have 10 shotgun rounds, so there we go.
Jill! Kill that monster! You're our Amazon, Jill!
You are Amazon, Jill. It's another kind of weird line that I'm surprised didn't get meme-ified as much as some of the other lines from this version, but anyway, we got the rocket launcher. Very destructive weapon that fires rocket with a large blast radius, so of course, what we do now is equip that, take a few steps back, and... and we just beat the game. I like that they kept that too from the PS1 version. They did the exact same thing where it shows the rocket from 3 angles when you kill the tyrant. So there we go. That was Resident Evil with the audio mods. I don't think that will affect the end cutscene here though. Might actually get to hear the intended voices for the only time in the whole game. Or maybe not, I don't know. Can't remember if they talked in this scene in the helicopter escape scene in the PS1 version, but I don't think they did, but they kind of did the same thing in Jill's ending where she's resting her head on Chris's shoulder if you save everyone. Well, I'm glad they kept, well, they didn't keep it, this is part of the mod, I'm pretty sure, but this cheesy sounding feel-good J-pop thing for the end credits. So yeah, that was Resident Evil Remake with the very, very special original 1996 audio mods. And you know, having played a bunch of Resident Evil games, but more relevantly, I guess, having played both the original version and this version. Even though they both have the same premise, pretty much, I would say that... Actually, it's kind of loud, let me turn it down a bit. I'd say that this is probably the... Well, this is definitely the better version, if you ask me, as far as, you know, technical stuff and progression and the whole presentation too, which is saying something, or is important when you consider that it also pretty much just tries to recreate the original Resident Evil, or I think it would be more accurate to say the planned version of the original Resident Evil, as you know, as well as possible, since you know, there's a whole Lisa Trevor thing which they had planned for the original and they didn't actually manage to put in, but they put it in this version. But, well, there's a reason why pretty much all of the transposed dialogues fit in the corresponding scenes. It does follow the model of the original game very, very closely, even though they did switch up the progression and a bunch of other stuff, but overall it definitely serves as a very good
Jill, you did a fine job.
Recreation of the same premise, and there you go. That was the first time too that I got the an ending that was on normal difficulty or higher, so I just got the achievement for that. And you know, overall, I just will say it outright, it's a very good game. There's pretty much no question of that. So let me take a picture, why not? Because I also have the picture of the first time that I got this result screen. I can tell you what it says right now, actually. This time it took me 7 hours, 46 minutes and 16 seconds, and the first time it took me 11 hours, 5 minutes and 51 seconds. I dispatched 79 creatures, used 184 ammo, used 9 ink ribbons, and used 18 health items. The last time, hang on a minute, use screenshots here. The last time I dispatched 99 creatures, used 313 ammo, used 15 ink ribbons, and used 29 health items, so I guess I gotten a little better. But yeah, that was the game. I'm gonna press button because we can now play with features from the prototype version, such as real survival mode, which includes all of these things. Item boxes are no longer connected, meaning that items can only be taken from the box where they were stored. Also, weapon aiming is always manual. I'm pretty sure we can have a set to manual in the regular mode as well, but just like if you get an enemy near you, it just automatically aims towards it when you press the A button. But I think you can turn that off. Experience this prototype, only features unavailable in the original Resident Evil gameplay. Also, Jill has a new costume that you can unlock. There was a secret room you might remember that was alluded to. I guess I'm gonna save it here. It was alluded to before. In the, what you call it? In one of the files where it's hidden behind a painting of the mansion in the art room, but you can't actually go there at all if it's not on New Game Plus, because you need the key to access it. So you know, we can play on real survival mode if you want. If you play once again, it, instead of giving you the little quiz at the beginning, it just outright tells you very easy, normal, or hard, which, you know, hard is unavailable until you complete it at least once. So yeah, what about the gallery? What's in here? I forget. You can see the movies, and some of them are locked. Okay. Oh wait, it's the endings. Okay. So yeah, I've only, even though that was my second time clearing the game, that is technically the, That's weird though. I thought I got the other ending once, where I just replayed the final 5 minutes or so, or 10 minutes or so, and I forgot to get Chris, so I got the ending where you escape with only Barry, but oh well, whatever. It's pretty much all you get there, the endings that you can get. There's also an ending where you can, like the mansion isn't blown up and the tyrant lives, but I don't even know how to get that. Because I think you can get it even if you save everyone. Also, you can check out the manual. It's actually quite handy, alright. But no, that was the game. I had the feeling I wanted to show something else, but I don't even know. That would have been now. Well, I mean, Resident Evil 1 dialogue is the origin point for a lot of memes, you might know. But you can pretty much find those if you, look for them without any real trouble. Also, I'm gonna go ahead and upload that thing. That one screenshot that I just took. There we go. Okay. So yeah, that worked out quite good, if I do say so myself. And it's about an hour earlier than what I usually end, but that's fine. Actually, that reminds me, I've been seeing some wonkiness with the schedules lately, and I know this is like the month when daylight savings times ends, I think. So I kind of want to see when the... Wait, what? I thought usually the daylight savings time ends in October, doesn't it? But apparently this year it ends for me November 5th, which is pretty BS. Huh. Oh well. Because I do not like daylight savings time. I think it's a terrible idea and it's extremely inefficient. But apparently I'm gonna have to live with it for a little bit longer than I thought. Oh well. See, that's a real horror right there. That's true spooks that need to be dealt with. But anyway, that was the game. You know, it was a good game, and it's pretty much the, like I said, it's pretty much the only game I'm gonna be playing this month for spooks that isn't a blind run. There's a few more that I have planned out. Actually, I have 3 more planned, and one of them is gonna be for... Like, I have one for next weekend, then I have one more for the weekend after that. And then I have one for Halloween that I think it's kind of longish, but I'm gonna just kind of see if I can do the whole thing in one stream. It'll probably be a long stream if I do it like that. But hey, it's not like these ones that I'm doing already aren't already long. But once I do that, like, I still have All Saints Day and Day of the Dead, and I don't have anything planned for that yet. I don't know if I should probably come up with something there, but anyway. That's pretty much it from me right now. So I will be returning... I might be returning on Wednesday unless something weird happens like it did earlier this week, and basically... I end up not streaming on Wednesday, but if not, then if that does happen, then that's not a big loss, you know. I'm still on track with the Castlevania stuff. And next weekend I will be doing, and I think at this rate potentially finishing Dark Souls 2. Pretty much want that to happen at this point, since we've spent so much time on those games. And I will also do the next spooky game that I have planned, which is going to be Haunting Ground. A game that I've been interested in for quite a long time, but I've never actually gotten around to playing. And then, you know, the game I have planned for Halloween is Resident Evil 7, which is also going to be blind. But I also have a game that's pretty much blind for the weekend of the 27th and the 28th, which... is gonna be, let's just say, a very special surprise for everyone. Well, just everyone that's that used to be a mic regular, which I think it's pretty much most people here. Or, well, used to be, but pretty much still is, still follows mic stuff with these streams and what have you. And which may or may not be based on a suggestion that may or may not have been made jokingly. But, yeah, that's what will be going on in the near future. So until then, I will be seeing you. And, I guess I can play the... Let me look for the ending theme from the, you know, the proper ending theme from that 2002 version that didn't play. So I can play that now. Resident Evil... it was... oh my god. God damn it. The problem is Resident Evil 2002 credits returns... it returns stuff from the Resident Evil live-action movie. Which also came out 2002. That's very, very unfortunate. Okay, Resident Evil Remake credits. How about that? Here we go. So yeah, we'll be seeing you soon.